guys, it's Ava, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. So today's video, I'm telling you a story about the nastiest, grimiest, most disgusting, rancid, dirt-filled, unsafe hotel I've ever stayed in my entire life. And this is like a recent story too. This was like 2 weeks ago, I think. So about 2 weeks ago, I went to Sandusky, Ohio to go to Cedar Point with my family and my boyfriend. Now, if you know me, you know that I have a big family. It's like 6 people, including me. So instead of all staying in the same hotel room, we decided that my boyfriend and I were gonna get our own hotel room. We stayed in the same hotel, just different rooms. I'm mentioning that just so I can, you know, share our shared experiences that we had at this glorious hotel. For 5 days, we paid like $800. So we also drove separate. My family ended up leaving a few hours before us, so we got there at different time. At this point, it's like late at night. We're just ready to get to the hotel and go to bed. I walk up to the front desk and the worker was super nice. Like, I feel bad. All these workers were so nice. It's just the fact of like, being nice doesn't mean the hotel was good, especially in this case. So I get to the front desk. I'm like, hi, I'm here to check in. He's like, oh, okay, just give me your last name. He goes, we don't have a reservation for that last name. I go, I can show you my email, like, we do have a reservation under that name. He's like, oh wait, we do have a reservation, and we actually have 2 reservations under that name. I'm like, right. And then he's like, oh, well, you already checked in. And I'm like, no, I did not. So that was a mix-up at first, whatever. They ended up checking my parents. Like, we didn't even get the same, like, style hotel room. I think my family got, like, 3 beds, and then we got 2 beds. At first, he told me we got the same room, so I was like, oh, okay, we could just, like, keep the rooms, and then just, like, have them checked in the opposite names, I guess. But then he was like, oh, no, like, apparently they were, like, different types of rooms. So we had to go through this whole thing. And it's also just, like, the fact of, like, what I'm not getting here is if you have 2 people checking in with, like, the same last name, like, what if they don't know each other? I feel like Ava and Joseph are spelled very differently. It's my dad's name, in case you didn't know. I don't really understand how we mix those up. And it's the fact that you have to give them like either your ID or your credit card to check in. And mine very clearly says Ava and his very clearly says Joseph. So we have that whole mix up. I have to call my mom down. I'm like, hey, so like you actually are in my room. But it turns out they hadn't even gone in the room yet, so we just had to like exchange our keys because I guess they were out like doing stuff all night. The whole reason we even went on this trip was for my sister's like softball tournament, so I guess they were doing like softball things. Whatever. So we exchanged our room keys. I ended up having to switch the card on my room from my dad's card to my card because, you know, I also just took his card and put it on my room knowing that they were completely different names. I don't get it. I really don't. I just don't understand why they didn't like check the first names, but this is like the least of our problems, okay? Like this is barely like the tip of the iceberg. So we're exhausted. We finally get to our room, our actual room. We walk in the room. The floors are disgustingly dirty. I wish I took a picture. Oh my god. So disgustingly dirty. Like dirt everywhere. Our window, we were on the first floor, is broken. So literally anybody could enter and exit. We realized that the TV is broken. Apparently it was broken in like all the rooms and they just had to reset a sensor, but like you get the point. The amount of bugs in Ohio, oh my god. There was bugs like in the light. Like, I've been doing that way too much lately. Like, and I go to set my bags down and the bed, literally like, you know how the beds at hotels are like usually connected to the walls? The bed slides across the room. That wasn't a huge thing. I don't care, but it's like, that was just another funny thing I thought I'd add. At first I thought it was haunted because the walls were paper thin and you could hear literally everything in it. Like someone next door was having a conversation, you could hear it. Someone upstairs was walking to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you could hear it. I screamed because I saw a bug. Everybody else could hear it. Like, it was just, like, very scary. And we found out later on our trip that there were squatters at the hotel, so that really made me feel really, really, really safe about the whole window situation. It's not even like this hotel was in a super bad area either. Like, it was just not safe or sanitary at all, and I hate to sound like a Karen and be like, I complained, but like, oh my god. It was actually so disgusting, it wasn't even funny. Like, back to the dirty floor thing, like, it just felt gross when you walked on it, so I looked at the bottoms of my feet, and I kid you not, my feet were so black with dirt, it wasn't even funny. And I'm not exaggerating at all. Like, I went to the bathroom and I got a rag and I just wiped my feet off and the rag literally went from white to like this color black within like 2 seconds. It was genuinely so disgustingly dirty. I didn't even take a picture of that, which now I'm mad that I didn't because I want the proof in here, but it was so disgusting. And it's like the rest of the room was fine, I guess, like the beds were comfy, but like, when things are dirty, that's what gets me because like, do you not have like room service? Like, we know you do because they woke me up the next morning. Why didn't they clean the room? Another disgusting thing I want to mention, I think I have a picture of this, but I don't know if it's a good one because my phone kept fogging up. I was taking a shower. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. I was taking a shower, right? I look up at the ceiling and there's just like the tile that's like above, not tile, I don't know what it's called, but like the ceiling that's above the shower. Like I took a picture of it, I sent it to my mother. I go, is this black mold? And she's like, it very well could be. I don't know. Someone let me know. I'll leave it up to you guys in the comments. There was a lipstick stain on the sink. It wasn't like the full lips, but it's like, you know, when you're putting on makeup and accidentally get it on the mirror. Did I say the sink? I meant the mirror. I just don't think the room was even cleaned before we went in there. I just can't believe like how actually disgusting this, like, do you not own cleaning supplies? Like, do you not wipe the floors? It genuinely, like, I cannot emphasize enough, it looked like it hadn't been cleaned in so long. The only clean thing about it was the garbage was changed and then the beds were made. That was it. It was literally so dirty and disgusting. I remember going to the bathroom and leaving the door open and being like, I'm scared that I'm gonna see a bug, and if I do, I need to run out of here. I have a fear of bugs. I just don't like them. Is that dramatic? Yeah. Do I care? No. Like, if you would have saw the state of the room that we were staying in, you would understand. It was just so nasty and disgusting, and I wanted to vomit. I literally wore my shoes the rest of the time in the room, by the way. My mom's room was in the same exact condition as ours, except their window wasn't broken. She ended up going to Walmart and buying a Swiffer floor cleaner. I should have borrowed it. Like, but it's like when you're on a vacation and you have things planned for every day, like, you shouldn't have to plan extra time to go to Walmart to buy cleaning supplies for your hotel.
That's $800.
Holy fuck. Another little fun thing about this room, every night that we came back, except for I think maybe 1 or 2 nights on our trip, so like 3 out of the 5 nights, we had to go up to the front desk and get a new room key because the room keys that they'd give us every day just stopped working. Don't know why. And sometimes when they gave us room keys, they wouldn't even work. They'd give us 2, 1 would work, like they just stopped working, and I don't know why. And they also told us, like, after like 2 days of getting new room keys, they were like, oh, keep it away from your phone, keep it away from water, keep it away from all this stuff. TV remotes, headphones, chargers, I don't know, just a bunch of random electronic stuff that you should probably keep it away from, which, like, we'd been keeping it away from that, and surprise, surprise, the room keys still didn't work. I just want you to imagine me at like 1 in the morning. First of all, we found a door that was closer to our room from the parking lot, so we went in there. I just want you to imagine me so excited that I found this door closer to my room so that I could go to sleep faster, and then I get to my room and my keys don't work at all, ever. Almost the whole trip. So I walk my very unhappy self down the long hallway. So me and my boyfriend take the long, miserable walk back to the front desk to go and get new keys. And that's where we see this woman. I never got her name, but she was nice. At this point, she had already been waiting like 5-10 minutes to check in. And me and my boyfriend are kind of just talking to her and we're making small talk. We're like, yeah, no, this place is kind of really ridiculous, because she was complaining about how long this took to check in and how there's no bell on the desk to like call for someone. There was, they just took it down. I don't know why. Like, they took the bell away and they left a little paper handwritten sign that said, be back in 15 minutes. Okay. So why is there 1 worker, and what are we to do about all the people here needing help? There was like 3 people. It wasn't that bad. At this point, we're about to reach 1:30 in the morning. I'm exhausted. I want to go to bed. This lady just wants to get her hotel room. She was telling us about how she's like from like 2 hours away from here and she just wanted to get a hotel for the night instead of just driving back and forth all the days. And we're like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Good luck when you check into this one though. I didn't tell her how insanely disgusting it was, but I was just like, oh yeah, no, like we've just had a couple issues. This is just the beginning. Have fun. The desk lady walks back in. She's like, sorry, like I had to go down to the other building and like fix a TV or like something like that. How it worked was there was our building and then there was a second building, still the same hotel, but like they weren't connected. She walks back in, she sits down. The lady's trying to check in. She's like, okay, can I get like a late checkout because like I've been standing here for so long. Her and the desk lady kind of get into a little not argument, but like they were kind of getting snippy with each other because the desk lady was like, ma'am, you couldn't have been standing here for more than 10 minutes. I'm not giving you a late check-in. I can't even do that. And I'm just like,
The girls are fighting!
just watching all of this unfold. And then the thing that she said next made me feel so bad because like I just yapped with this lady. I feel her pain. She just wants to go to bed, as do I. The desk worker looks at this lady. She goes, we don't have a room for you. We overbooked. Sorry. I've never felt more bad for a stranger in my life than in that moment. This poor lady just wanted to sleep. So she low-key starts getting a little bit mad. Not a little bit, a lot. A little bit is an understatement. Which, like, valid. I would too. She's like, what the fuck do you mean you don't have a room for me? And I'm just like, me and my boyfriend are looking at each other like, this is awkward. We just want our room key, our 10th room key, insert a photo here. The desk lady's kind of like, ma'am, I told you, we don't have a room for you. There's nothing I can do. You'll get your refund. You booked through a third party. You're gonna get your refund. And then the lady storms out. She goes, this place is a fucking shithole. This is fucking ridiculous. Or like whatever else she said. I don't really remember, but a lot of F words. That's one thing I do remember. She was very, very mad, as I would be. And me and my boyfriend are just kind of standing there as she walks out of the door, stomps actually. And we're just like,
so we need a room key, please.
This lady starts like explaining to us. She's like, there's nothing I could do. I didn't have a room for her. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I'm sorry about that. She's like, I don't know what she wants me to do. I can't create a room out of thin air. I'm like, yeah, no, that I get that. Yeah. And then we finally get our room key and we go to bed because, oh my gosh. I think the people working at this place were aware of how much of a hole it was, because like they ended up giving my mom money back on their room. They ended up giving us money back on our room. We had mentioned how many things were broken and stuff. Like first of all, I just want to emphasize, I'm never one to usually complain, but like when you pay $800 for a hotel room, I don't want to sound like a Karen, I really don't. And my mom's telling me, hey, we told them all this was messed up in our room and they gave us compensation for it. I'm like, okay, well, a little compensation would be kind of nice right now considering everything. They ended up giving us like $100 back. That was a whole ordeal too, because I had to figure out how to do it through Expedia and like all this stuff, and the man on the phone like wasn't understanding me, and like at the end of the day I got my money back. I don't care. But yeah, that is my hotel from hell story. I have another story about a hotel which I could just tell you real quick. Like I stayed in a hotel in like Myrtle Beach the one time, and like it was such a nice hotel. My mom ended up finding bed bugs in our room, so we had to evacuate in like the middle of the night, and we just like left. Which one was more gross? Comment below. Like no, because I know better after that story. When we got there I was checking the beds for bed bugs. But yeah, that's my hotel horror story. If you guys like this and you want more story times, comment down below, and also make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Go follow me on everything else. It's all at avamerceis. Thank you guys for listening to me yap today. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. All right, I love you guys. Bye.